Ho, ho, ho! Greetings to my 947 subscribers, and of course, you, my future subscriber. And tonight we are going to look a little bit into the world of sherry, Christmas whiskey, sweet whiskey. Oh, I love a good sweet whiskey. And I had a look on what do I have in my bar, and I made a selection of the ones that I like during the year. And of course, winter time here in Belgium, it's freezing cold. It's -3 tonight, and something that to warm you up. Already poured myself something nice, something sweet, and of course something that I do love. Oh, that dark chocolate coming, the sweetness of it, that deep fruity notes coming out. I just love a good sherry. So I thought to myself, what's going to keep me warm this winter? Seems going to be a very cold winter. Early this morning, I went out on a balcony, but I also like when it's freezing cold, your balcony becomes now your refrigerator. So I got some water out of my balcony refrigerator, and of course there was a little bit of a snowflake falling. Kind of love it, but of course going out in this weather, not fantastic. I love it. So in no particular order, I'm going to show you the 7 sherry whiskeys that I have and I enjoyed, and sometimes even a couple of bottles already this year. And I'm going to start off with something that I only tried once, and a friend of mine gave me this bottle as a backup, and I was quite excited because this is one of the first independent bottles or independent bottlers that I tried, and I do like them. And of course we are looking at the Adelphi selection, and of course they make it quite difficult for an old man to see. But this one, Adelphi selection, this is from the Ben Rhines 10-year-old. It is a single malt Scotch whiskey, bottled at 53.2% ABV, and of course it's distilled by the Ben Rhine distillery in Scotland. So this one absolutely fantastic, and this is cask number, you need a magnifying glass to see this one. So not a lot of information that they put on the bottle, but I can tell you absolutely, if you like sherry whiskies, this is one definitely for you. Now the next one on my list is something that I've been drinking quite a while already. They bring out the different batches every year, and every batch of course is quite different. Some of them are less sherried, some of them are more sherried, some of them are just absolutely a sherry monster. And of course you have to start off also with a Glenallachie 10-year-old, and this is the batch number 3. Cask strength, natural color, non-chill filtered, and of course with a good signature of Billy Walker on it. Absolutely a sherry monster. I love Glenallachie. I think ever since Billy Walker bought it and started putting his touch on it, I do like it. And of course his previous incarnations of the Glendronach, I do love them, and maybe it made the list as well. Of course, ABV 58.2% ABV, so a nice high strength. And I must say, in the beginning when I started my journey in South Africa many years ago, 40% was the norm. Getting cask strength then it was basically impossible. In fact, I didn't even know these things existed. And when I moved here to Belgium, and my world opened up to all this lovely whiskies. So the second pick for me, the Glenallachie 10-year-old cask strength batch 3. And I also tried the batch 6, also just as nice. So Sometimes there's still bottles of the batch 1 and 2 left. Quite strange, but I saw it the other day at my online store. They still have the batch 1 available. Well, probably not for long. The next one, I was wondering if I'm going to put this one on. A lot of love-hate relationship is something that I started off with my first whiskey journey, and I was chasing these bottles quite a little bit silly, maybe spending too much on them, a little bit of paying for the name sometimes, but of course maybe you all know it, and that is the Macallan 15-year-old. Now, for me, the 18-year-old was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Was not a big fan of the 12-year-old, and I was a little bit disappointed in the 12-year-old sherry cask one. But when I tasted the 18-year-old, and of course, I am a little bit of a fanboy still, but I find it more and more difficult to pay for the whiskies. I just did a review of the Panama duty-free shop, and they have a fantastic selection from bottom of the range to high-end whiskies. I think the highest one about 6,000 euros for a bottle. For me, that's absolutely ridiculous. So the 15-year-old, it is a double cask. It is matured exclusively in the perfect, balanced, hand-picked, sherry-seasoned American and European oak cask. Of course, the bottling, I did add a little bit of a 3% to it to give it a little bit more oomph. So this one is bottled at 43% ABV. I do appreciate it. I would really love to see it maybe a little bit of a higher ABV. But yeah, we take what we can get. So the Macallans for me, and I know a lot of people will tell me this is not for them. A lot of people are not really happy with Macallan, but I'm still loyal to the brand. Of course, my wallet does not share my enthusiasm for it. Hence, there is some more here, the 12-year-old, and as you can see, I also have the Lumina. So the budget is not really there at this moment to buy some more expensive Macallans. The next one that I'm gonna show you guys is something that I've made also a review a couple of months ago. I was really a bit worried about this. You know, if something gets matured for so many years on oak, it tends to be, well, sometimes it can be quite oaky. Not a big fan of the heavy oak, the bitter tannins that you get in some of the whiskies, especially of the whiskies of the matured in the European cask, can tend to be a little bit on the over bitter side, that espresso dark chocolate notes that people are talking about. But I was super surprised on this one. Family owned, not a lot of them still going, and of course I'm talking about the Glenfarclas 25-year-old. And have a look at my review. If you do a little bit of a search, have a look and see what you think about it. So the 25-year-old. So today I did a little bit of a search, and I can still find this 25-year-old for just about 120, 125 euros. I think that is absolutely a bargain at that price. Bottled at 43% ABV. It is a single malt from the Highland regions of Scotland, 25 years old. I still cannot believe something been sitting in a cask for 25 years. For me, that is just incredible. The amount of patience and time that they do have. So absolutely fantastic. A beautiful dark chocolate taste. It's intense honey, marmalade, ground coffee, full bodied. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Give it a try. Let me know what you think on this one. The next one that I really loved, and I have to give it a little bit of a stretch, not maybe a biggest of a sherry monster, especially color-wise, but it is something that I picked up a while ago, and somebody recommended to me, I can't remember, and they said you have to try this one if you like sherry whiskies, and I picked it up, and I was quite surprised on this one, and that is, of course, is the Abelauer, a 12-year-old Abelauer, and with that also the Abelauer Abuna. I have the batch 58, if I remember correctly. Absolutely fantastic. This one is definitely a little bit on the oaky side, but of course with the European oak cask giving quite a lot of that tannins into the whiskey. It's a double cask matured. It is American oak and sherry oak cask, and it is something that I really enjoy. Just as a daily sipper, if you want something to warm you up, I think that is one that's quite special as well. But definitely not that sherry monster that you will get in the other selections. 2 more to go. And this is something that I just reviewed 2 days ago. The video is up if you want to go look. And it was shockingly good. Now, definitely if you are not into big sherry monster whiskies, sweet whiskies, this one is definitely then not for you. And of course I am talking about the Jura Vibay. It is absolutely fantastic. I cannot stop drinking it. So this one, bottled at 44% ABV. It's matured in Pedro Jimenez cask. The matured in American white oak ex-bourbon barrels, enhanced with cask held 15-year-old Pedro Jimenez sherry. So old sherry, 15-year-old sherry cask. It makes a great combination. That dark fruit notes, the chocolate notes, the sweetness. Oh, my mouth is watering. And of course, this is the one that I poured. Oh my word, it is so sweet. I think this is more like Pedro Jimenez with whiskey in it, instead of whiskey with a Pedro Jimenez in it. But the smell is incredible. Christmas in a bottle, I can tell you that. Just give me one try. It just warms you up. That lovely sweetness. There's a little bit of a nutty note coming out. Definitely that chocolate. It's just like a chocolate with a little bit of an orange now also appearing. This is so nice. And I cannot stop. Definitely something that I will buy over and over again. Hopefully it lasts a little bit longer. And of course the last one, and this is something that I've tried a couple of times, not this, of course, this specific bottle, and this is something that I've been holding on to. I tried previous bottles. I had a bottle from 2020, a bottle from 2021, and of course this one is a little bit special, and of course I'm talking about the Glendronach 18-year-old, and this is the Glendronach Allardyce 18-year-old, previously matured in the finest Spanish Oloroso sherry, bottled at 46% ABV. And this was a bottle from the 2019 edition. So there's a little bit older whiskey in it. I think it's like up to 20 or 21 years old whiskey in it. Part of the old system that they use because they ran out after the closure. So I was lucky to find this bottle. Didn't pay that much for it. It's been quite a while. And of course, the prices are just going up and up and up. I think I paid about 68 euros, I think, for this bottle. I see them going up to almost 200 euros in some of the online stores. So maybe you're going to keep onto this one, but definitely for a big occasion versus screaming for a huge occasion, open me, open me, open me, and I say, shut up, not the right time yet. So of course, this is really looking forward to this one. And I think this is one of my favorite whiskies when Billy Walker was still there. Not so sure if I'm going to buy into them anymore. So this is going to be the last song for me when it comes to the Glendronach distillery. So that is my 7 bottles that I would suggest if you're into sherry whiskies. Give them a try. And also give me your list. What would be your 5 or 6 or 7 whiskies that you loved with regards to the sherry monsters, the sherry bombs, and of course, let's talk whiskey. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully, maybe at 1,000, I can open up that bottle. Not sure. Maybe if I set a goal of 1,000 subscribers before Christmas, so TikTok, 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 and maybe I will open it up. So thank you very much for watching, and I see you next time. Cheers.